So here we have a user that wants to know how to create more pages in the application. As you remember from previous chapters, when you create an application, you have to have at least one page, and that page by default will be the home page. After you create the home page, you can go ahead and add new pages to your application. Now there are different types of pages and different types of page styles. For instance, you can create a couple of different types of pop-up pages called modal and non-modal pages. A modal page requires you to interact with the pop-up page before you can navigate back to the previous page. A non-modal page allows you to interact with the pop-up page as well as the page beneath that. Now, pages are made up of components called regions. Regions contain other elements such as reports and items and buttons. Now, a report is the rendered element of a SQL query. So for instance, if I had a table that I wanted to view the data out of in the database, I could render that as a report in a report region. Now you can add a page to an existing application. You can also use the ability to copy a page from a page in another application. If you wanted to create a brand new page without copying it from another application, you will use the page wizard in order to do that. So let's take a look at using the page wizard to create a page in an existing application. So I am going to go ahead and use the demo app for this purpose. So I'll go ahead and just click on that right here. And in order to launch the page wizard, I'll go ahead and click on the Create Page button. And you'll notice that I can create several different types of pages with objects on them. I'm going to enlarge my modal window a little bit more here so that you can see other options that are available. For my demonstration, I'm going to create a blank page, but you'll notice that you can create different page types such as report pages and form pages. And if you click on the Feature tab, you'll notice that you can create other types of pages such as maps and access control pages. So let me go back to Component. I'll create a blank page. And you can choose a page number at this point. And you can also name your page. So for this one, I will name it appropriate. I'll call this Page Wizard Demo. You can decide on the page mode as well, whether or not you want that to be a normal page or whether you want one of the two styles of pop-up pages. You can also assign these to page groups. You can decide on whether or not you want to use breadcrumbs. And then notice that there's also optional static content regions that would show up below if you click that drop-down arrow. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Next button. And I also wanted to point out that there are some help links over here on the right. So if you wanted to get help, for instance, with, hey, what is a navigation menu? What's the most appropriate choice in this case? You can actually go and click on the help for each of these that has a little help link next to it. And that will show you the help text for that particular element that you're clicking on. Now for me, I think I will create a new navigation menu entry. It will name that entry according to your page number. You can also decide whether or not you want a parent navigation menu entry. And those will visually show that there's a hierarchy between the current page and the parent page when you look at the navigation menu. I will go ahead and not select a parent, but I'll just go with the default menu entry selection. I'll click Next. And then this is the summary. And you can confirm to create the page by just clicking on the Finish button.